Food and eating and dining is so important. One of the things that Filipinos use as a greeting is the term "kumain ka na ba?", which is "have you eaten?"
Kata-katakang mahibang ang katulad ko sa'yo. Biru-biru ang simula, ang wakas pala ay ano. Aayaw-ayaw na ako, ngunit yan ay di totoo. Dahil sa'yo, puso kong ito'y binihag mo. Kata-katakang mahibang ang katulad ko sa'yo.
We eat a lot. We have breakfast, mid-morning snacks, afternoon snacks, lunch, dinner, midnight snacks. When you come to visit the Philippines, their way of expressing their hospitality is to ask you, what would you like to eat? Where can we bring you to eat?
When you come into someone's home, like, no one wants to be sitting down eating by themselves or without offering something to you. The first thing they're going to ask you or say to you in a way is, "Let's eat." And I think that says a lot about how important dining is and food is in our culture.
I am a mother of 3. I grew up in a family where everybody's close. In our family, we all cook. During holidays or special occasions, we all help each other in the kitchen. I'm lucky to have that kind of family. My dad wants us to eat together all the time. Whether you're hungry already, you have to wait for the other members of the family to dine together.
Basic cooking techniques are sautéing, stewing, grilling, and frying.
We cannot have a simple meal. We have to have at least 2 dishes.
There's usually rice, a protein, and a vegetable.
An adobo recipe is a very popular Philippine dish.
My most favorite food in here is adobo. You guys ever eat adobo? Yeah, it's our favorite.
The adobo way of cooking, actually, it has originated from the Spanish, from the word adobar, which is a way of preserving food.
The adobo is a cooking technique. It's not a particular recipe. Everyone claims the adobo. The 7,000 islands claim their adobo is the best. I claim that the adobo comes from where I'm from.
In the Philippines, it depends on the province where you came from. So certain provinces will have their own way of cooking it. Like in our province, since the field crickets were abundant, my dad cooked them adobo, but then I don't like it that way. The first dish that I cook, as far as I remember, I cooked adobo. I didn't put any pepper or bay leaf in it. I just like it the natural taste, but I had a twist of putting some sweet potato on it, so it will not be all meat.
There are variations other than what that recipe is all about, and that you will find in the different parts of the country. My favorite is, of course, the classic. The classic recipe calls for chicken and pork, but actually you can even use seafood and vegetables these days. Marinated in an acid, vinegar in this case, lots of garlic, peppercorn, and fat.
I remember very early on, in my early 20s when I was living in New York, the only vinegar I had was balsamic vinegar. So I made adobo with balsamic vinegar, and of course it worked. It worked beautifully. If we were to talk about Filipino food and the history of Filipino food and the history of Filipino cuisine, then definitely colonization would be the primary story for how our cuisine has evolved. A lot of our food history comes from our neighbors. In the early 1900s, a large number of Chinese migrants came to the Philippines. That has also largely influenced our food as well. A lot of Filipinos have a more global palate than they think. And some people would argue that that's because of travel, but it's not. Filipino workers are everywhere and have experienced other cuisines in other countries and cultures, and they bring that back with them.
It starts with ingredients and techniques. So a lot of foreign cuisines are taking interest in Asian ingredients like fish sauce and some exotic spices. And so that's what makes Philippine cuisine more interesting and easier to absorb. And you have the young generation coming up with pop-ups and food trucks and discovering on their own what Philippine cuisine is all about.
You know, I feel proud, especially my second youngest son. He also has the gift because same as me, we like to invent food in our own way. His signature dish is adobo with a twist of coconut milk. Yeah, so I feel really proud about it because he also has a passion in doing it. So I just hope it can be his profession as well. We even have a saying, the family that eats together stays together.